lingo, and like God really working on my heart that like I was only going to ever talk to Christians, and that was not what I was supposed to be doing. So if I am, so I guess that's really like between you and God, because for me, that was natural. What you're saying is literally all I did. I mostly did teaching content. I literally made videos where it was Christian videos talking about making the game and how can the video game, express what's going on in the Bible. And like, I thought I made videos that were like short form content through Love Clan, talking about this is how we can pray and stuff like that. And my context is totally different now, but it was not because I thought, oh, this will be much easier for me, or because this is just more natural. It was just literally the things I'm talking about. I started to think through and say, this is not like what God even told me to do. Like, God is telling me I need to go into these places that are kind of weird for me. And if the only people that ever do that are people that are just kind of like, they don't really know the Bible very well, and so they're just sort of on the fringes, and they just became a Christian, and so they're already there, then it's like, people will only get like a wishy-washy Christian, and that's their only context they'll have. And so instead, it's like, I really do have to think about, how can I phrase this in a way that it means, okay, like last night I was in VR chat, and one of the people I was talking to, the person next to me was just using the Lord's name in vain all the time. And it is super awkward for me. And it's really hard for me to like be in spaces like that. But it's like, yeah, cool. This is like where God has me right now. This is where I am today. And if I can have a communication with this person, I know already right off the bat that any amount of Jesus I can give that person will be the probably only experience that person gets for the day, And so I don't know, like what's important to you is it does kind of, not to like, but there is a leaving the 99 for the one, and sometimes you're going to be like, dude, but I could have 99 times the success if I was openly Christian about everything that I said in my videos. Like, if I just reached the Christian audience, I could be 99 times more big. I could have a 99 times bigger stream. My YouTube videos would be 99 times bigger. And that's like, are you willing to have only 1,000 views if it means that what you're doing is what God told you to do? And this is why I say it's so important that we really love God? Are we really like praying about, is this the thing that God has for me? Because if you get a feeling in your heart that's like, I've had things that were very successful, but were not effective for what I felt God told me to do. And just being successful is not a good measurement for like, is this what God told you to do? And only you can know that. Like only you and God can talk that out. And that's very difficult for me, and also very heavy on my heart, because it's stepping outside of yourself and being like, I don't have a good metric for success outside of this is what God said for me to do, and so I just do it. And that means your view count is not the most important thing. Your even just like having lots of friends isn't the most important thing. If you have one friend and it's the person that God said to reach, and you're reaching that person, then you're doing what God told you to do. And that's very, very difficult, because I like logic. I like the metrics. I like saying, well, I'm successful because blah, 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 and giving all my like reasons for success. And it's just not how it works in God's kingdom. Yep. So
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. One thing.
Jake, thanks, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry. You just said one thing there, where God has me right now. And I think that's an important thing to think about. As we're asking all these questions, that's one reason why I want you to go back and think about this in 6 months, in a year from now, because who God's calling you to right now might change as you grow in your faith, because maybe right now you're called to one person that you need to reach, but in 6 months or 3 years from now, God may have prepared you to reach someone else, and you need to move to a new place, which is what I admire about some of the stuff that you are always talking about, Jade, of experimenting. I need to change because I'm not reaching. Suddenly I'm attracting Christians and they're not who I'm called to. God is telling me no, so you have to figure out ways to move into the space where the people are. It just inspired me. in many ways, which is partly why I'm doing things in person to do those very same things that you were talking about. Where can you make a place for someone to be able to come? So.
Love that. Jake, would you be willing to hang out in your in the Jake Fox room a little bit later?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Awesome. Awesome. If you guys have more questions, send them to Jake, but I'm going to stage dive him back into the audience right now. Everybody fives in chat for the one, the only Jake Fox. Goodbye. There he goes. We just chucked him off like he was, like we were chucking him at a rock concert. Leighton, what do we got next, my dude?
We have another sponsor, God Tools. And,
Yeah,
you know, if you're trying to fulfill the Great Commission, sometimes you don't know what you need to do or how to do it. And sometimes people really need tools, and sometimes you are a relational person. But here's one of those things that we can give you so that you can help be able to reach people that you're called to reach.
Well, I want to introduce you to Justin Suter over here. Justin, feel free to turn that camera on, my dude. Justin has been with us through, this is fourth conference now. He's he's a vet. He's one of us. We might as well just bring him on the TCD staff. Sorry, we can't offer you any money. Like, we're not getting paid really any money, but you get a lot of prestige and you get to sit in events like this. So would you like to come join the staff as our God Tools representative, Justin?
Hey man, I mean, it kind of feels like that's already happened, whether I said yes or not.
Exactly. So. Yeah, you've been voluntold. I'm gonna shrink away here and let Justin kind of talk to you about God Tools. God Tools is awesome, and I've grown even more of an appreciation for it every single time he's spoken. So, Justin, take it away, my dude.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you. My name is Justin Suter. I'm the external product leader for God Tools at Campus Crusade for Christ International, aka Crew, as I'm sure many of you have heard of. So this actually piggybacks so well off of what Jake was just talking about. And yeah, it's just funny how God cues these things up. God Tools is literally just designed for every Christian everywhere on the planet to find simple ways to have more or better conversations about Jesus. So does that mean that we are presenting the gospel through 4 points? Maybe, but it also might mean that it's actually just someone asking better questions, learning to listen better. And that's what God Tools is all about. One of the big things is that our vision for the world is we want to see more Christians share their faith because they have a simple, clear, and engaging way to have a conversation about Jesus. We do this all the time in ministry where we talk about, oh yeah, let's help them do X. And then they say, come sign up for my 15-week course. And it's like, but I'm meeting my friend in 3 minutes to talk about Jesus. So God Tools is super, super practical, really simple, and literally I've had people stop me when they meet me at a conference and they're like, hey, don't ever change. And I'm like, okay, I won't, I promise. But that's literally our one thing. We just help you have more and better conversations about Jesus. The big 4 things that God Tools helps you do are, we have tools, we have lessons, it's multilingual, and we have screen sharing. Tools are basically just ways to have conversations about Jesus. No single conversation is ever the same about Jesus. Every single one is different. We're dealing with different people. And so we believe that, like, you choose your tool. You find a way to use this tool uniquely with the person that you're talking to, whether you are on the street in California or in a metro station in Kyrgyzstan. One way or another, God Tools has a tool that can help you in that situation. I'll get into more of these as we go along, but lessons are another really key area here. So much of what Jay was talking about, they're biblical principles and practical ideas to help you open doors to more meaningful conversations. We're multilingual, which pretty self-explanatory. And then we have screen sharing, which has been very fun to see the analytics on the back end of that, of like, wait, somebody connected from here to there and shared the gospel. Like, it's wild. So tools, as I mentioned, they're all different. Everything from knowing God personally to emoji survey to openers, power over fear. They're designed for different people and different situations and different scenarios. And we are not here to tell you what to use in your place, in wherever you are in your life. I don't know your neighbors. I don't know your mom. I don't know your coworkers. You do. And so we are just giving you tools that help you take that next step towards that other person. I just highlighted it, but like openers is my personal favorite tool, and I use this the most. It's literally just conversation starter questions. And basically by category, I could say, oh, hey, Andy, let's talk about music, or let's talk about friendships. Let's talk about our work. And as it takes you through all these conversation starter questions, they kind of progress from being like very easy to answer, fun stuff, and it gets a little more serious, a little more intentional, but more importantly, a little more eternal, right? Not just like, where do you work? What do you love about it? How does it fulfill a part of your soul? How does it fulfill and express how you see the world through your work? As I mentioned, lessons, these are really just like, we agonized over these. My background is in UX design and research. So the amount of testing that we went into figuring out what should show up here in these lessons was actually pretty painstaking. I literally lost a lot of sleep over these, but we refined the content over and over so that these really simple ideas like, how do I talk to my neighbor? How do I love people by listening? How do I start a spiritual conversation with someone in my family? Is as practical and helpful as possible. We always are thinking about this scenario of someone is about to meet their best friend and they're going to talk about spiritual stuff, but I'm nervous and I don't know what to say. I don't have one single thing in my brain that would help me do that. God Tools is your solution. Sometimes we talk about God Tools like a flashlight, where if you are out on a bright sunny day, you don't need a flashlight, right? You know where you're going. God Tools is a flashlight when you find yourself in the dark. It is the one thing you can pull out with basically no training, which is really fun to see actually in our analytics. But you can have no training, basically come in here and in 5 minutes get a couple good ideas, understand maybe 2 things about the gospel that you could communicate in your next conversation, and then actually do that. One lesson I just want to highlight for you guys, because this is one of my favorite and very much piggybacks off of what Jake was just talking about, is how to move your everyday conversations to a deeper level in as little as 5 minutes. I mean, we're talking practical ideas on how to actually talk about Jesus with people in your life, right? People who you say, talk about sports or the weather or games or whatever. How do we actually go a little bit deeper? And that's what that whole lesson's designed for. I'll fly through this quick, but languages, we have a lot of them and we're always adding more. We're actually up to like 124 languages now, as our friends in South Africa are in the process of adding 8 at the moment, which is really exciting. But yeah, every tool is available in more than one language. We have quite a few that have the entire app, every single tool available. Within many of the tools, there's actually a parallel language feature where you can flip back and forth. So if I speak English and I'm talking to a friend who speaks Amharic, we can flip back and forth between those languages. And that also piggybacks off of screen sharing, which screen sharing, whether you are on the other side of a booth sitting across from somebody, or you guys are on other ends of the planet, you can send a link to somebody through whatever, email, text, Discord, email, wait, never said email. And you can initiate a screen sharing link. So basically what you have is on your screen, you can show them the gospel, you can start conversations, you can look at some an emoji survey based on how you guys are feeling that day, and actually engage with that other person. If they don't have the app, which we assume most people don't, it actually takes you to a web-based experience where you can continue to have your gospel conversation. And just so you all can see, this is where you would access that from inside of a tool through, believe it or not, that's called the sushi button up there in the top right, which is one of my favorite UX isms ever. But that's where you initiate screen sharing. So that is all for me. You guys are more than welcome to reach out to me, send me an email, shoot me a message here in Discord. Happy to answer your questions. And yeah. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this. This is 100% free. We will never make it a pay for sort of thing. So use it. Tell me what you like about it. Tell me what you don't like about it. I love all that. So thank you.
Yeah, I was just thinking that how many of us might have people in our streams that would never be streamers, and they want to have confidence to be able to share their faith. They can use a tool here. They can learn from it. They can grow confidence in being able to share that. And also, you're a streamer and you have people around the globe. I mean, how cool is that you can screen share what you're having a conversation with someone else? That's just super cool. Love it.
For sure. One of my favorite story is a friend of mine in Vietnam initiated a screen sharing conversation with she had done a foreign exchange student program in Germany, and she was WhatsApping her friend, and they were talking about the gospel, and she goes, oh, well, let me just show you, this is what I believe. And she walks him through the gospel. The guy becomes a Christian, and they continue to use it to like go through discipleship content. And I'm just like, analytically on my dashboards, I'm just like, what? Like Vietnam, Germany, what? And so I ended up tracking down the people, which was very fun.
Cool. Very cool. Well, awesome. Well, thank you very much. You will be hanging out in a little bit in the voice channels. We've got a little bit more we're going to do. We'll take a quick break. So thank you. And we will chat with you again soon. Hopefully some people will be excited and heading over there. All right. So just a couple of things on the Church Digital here to talk about. And that is that we have, some resources that we want to connect you with. And part of that is equipping digital missionaries. We have cohorts that are taking place. And after you go through those cohorts, so we've had a lot of questions that were being asked here. We have some people that have taken equipping digital missionaries. When we go to conversations later on, you can ask that. But one of the things we want to do is, as you're going into digital spaces, think about what a missionary would do in person. And then how do you translate to a digital space? So one of those things is you would go into an environment, you would observe the environment, you would get to know people, make friends there, and build relationships before you would start a church. And much of what we might be doing is really evangelism on a level of connecting with people far away from Christ. So those are some of the things that you would do. And we think about that with a 5-week cohort, depending on who's leading it. Some of them are doing 1-hour conversations. I can't have a 1-hour conversation. If you're in my group, we're doing an hour and a half. I just know we're going to talk and we're going to get on sidetrack on some things, but we'll meet beforehand. Then we'll have 5 weeks of cohort together. So 6 weeks total, 5 weeks of content, and then community. And yeah, 3 hours later. Exactly, Druzy. You know how that works. We're gonna do that, but it's just as much about the conversation and the relationship building, because you get done with 5 weeks, it doesn't mean you're ready to do it. It doesn't mean you have everything figured out. And so after that, we want to help plug you into Outposts. So right here in gaming, we have the gaming outpost. I'm the one that is coordinating and leading that. So people who are hanging out in gaming sphere, you just go over here, you hang out in the Discord here. We have a WhatsApp community as well. So if you are international and Discord is a difficult thing for you, or you're just brand new to Discord and you're like, I'm not in gaming really. I don't know if Discord's for me, then WhatsApp community might be the place for you. But we have Simon, who is overseeing our European outpost. We have Mr. Lala was here earlier at Tope. He is overseeing our outpost in Africa. We've got Tariq, who is overseeing our Middle East, and we are growing in different areas. So if you go to thechurch.digital/fam, you can get connected there. If you go to thechurch.digital, you'll be able to get connected with all of the places where we have communities and outposts there. And if you're just confused and you don't know what all of that is, you can just hit anybody up that's got TCD in their email address. There we go. Andy's showing off the website for us all there. And the 8-bit graphics, which I use, but it's almost triggering that we don't have any really fancy polished artwork. I'm just kidding. It's just a bias from growing up with 8-bit, and why would I ever want to go back? All right. We are going to take a quick little break, and then what we're going to do, and I think everybody is still here that has been a keynote, we're going to come up on stage and we're just going to have a closing conversation with everybody that's here before we go to the after party at 4 o'clock. I don't know if John has showed up, so we're going to just take a short, let's just call it a 3-minute break, and then everybody that was a keynote, we're going to come back, we're going to share our takeaways, we're going to have questions for one another if you have a question that you just want to clarify, and then we'll go to all breakout rooms, we'll go to the gaming room, we'll hang out for there. So we'll be back in about 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll start wrapping up. All right. Andy and I are just chatting backstage and decided we're going to not bring everybody up. We're just going to share our thoughts of everything that we heard today.
Not that we, yeah, it's not that we don't love everybody, but we're going to open up rooms and have a chance to share with everybody anyway.
We're thinking it'd be better to have all of you have conversations with them instead of us having a conversation with them.
This guy gets it. One cool thing is in the God Tool sponsor room, we've actually had people. So when we've been putting this whole thing together, full disclosure, this has all been, again, we've talked about this, a big experiment. One of the things Lade and I were kicking around was how do we actually get sponsors? Sponsors are really big partners with us, but also sometimes, depending on the crowd and depending on the people that are there, you want to try to get people interested in the things that you're passionate about and that you're partnering with, like God Tools, like Next Steps, like Right Now Media, like GCM, like BAM, like Ecoms, like all of the ones. And that's a fantastic NFT there, Jake. And the cool thing is, like, there's people actually talking with our sponsors here. Discord, this has been a big experiment, but so far, I have really, really appreciated it. Leighton, let's talk through some takeaways, man. Like what has kind of stuck out to you today?
I think that there are a lot of people that God is calling into digital spaces, and they're realizing the mission field in gaming. And so even if they're not walking away with everything firmed up, or they're already doing it, like, they have the questions and the heart of a missionary who is called by God. And that's really the thing that's exciting for me. Is, so like Jake was saying, yeah, I've seen some of these people around, and I have too, and that's great. But hopefully we've got them one step closer to figuring out exactly what God's calling them to and who he's calling them to, and willingness to try something new that maybe, like, I had in the back of my head for 3.5 years, 4 years, and I finally was able to do it this year. And those that don't know, the first thing I wanted to do on Twitch was ride my bicycle, because I saw someone doing it across Canada, and I was doing shorts and reels before they were a thing. And I'm like, oh man, this is what I want to do. How do I do it? It's taken me until this year to figure out how to make that work. And so for the last month, I rode 500 miles and streamed them on my bicycle. So I love that, and I'm experimenting and moving into that. So maybe there's something weird like that that's in the back of your mind, and you're like, nobody's doing it. Maybe you're the one that's supposed to break the ice and do it.
Yeah. Something that stuck out to me actually in that vein was the archetypes, the personality archetypes, for some reason, or paradigms, as North Hill called them, for some reason that has stuck with me all day. And Druzy and I were even DMing back and forth, like, it's easy to look at somebody else and discern their paradigm, their archetype, because you don't necessarily want to pigeonhole people. It's like the Enneagram. Like, Enneagrams were it was all the hot rage 10, 15 years ago, but I think it kind of pigeonholed people. Like, well, I'm a 9, well, I'm a 3, well, whatever. And in reality, personality is not permanent. Personality changes and personality floats. And yet those paradigms are like it's almost like a ministry uniform that you put on. Like, it's like it is the thing that you're wearing. It's not your personality, but it's the thing that you're wearing and going out in front. So for me, like, I think Druzy pointed out that I'm a big brother. Even Level Up had pointed out, like, I might be a big brother, and that might be true. I got to pray through that, but that's going to kind of inform some of the ways that I'm looking at the content that I particularly am putting out, and the way that I'm pulling into community. Whereas you, like, what would you consider yourself to be?
I think on some level, I would say host, because like he was describing it, of someone comes into your chat and their world is falling apart, and you just throw everything else out the window and you spend time with that person. That is like, and that was kind of, I was answering a question earlier today that got asked, how do you know who it is? Well, when that happens, I tell you what, that is the most exciting thing that's going to happen to me the whole stream. Doesn't matter, not that the person's life is falling apart, but that they felt safe enough in my community to share what's going on. I'm still telling stories of interactions that happened at NCMS last year, when I decided, in a brilliant, mind, hey, well, I'm 2 hours early before conference. I can just stream in the other time zone and not think through the fact that, well, I would still, as an extrovert, be up till 1 a.m. and then want to get up and stream at 5 a.m. This wasn't the most brilliant plan in my life. And I did it,
crazy.
and people showed up who needed me in that space, and it was like, oh my goodness, this is why God gave me the dumb idea to go do this and not think through it,
Yep.
because I'll just say yes and then later realize the consequences of what that does for me. And yeah, so I think
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out.
That's one of the uniforms that I wear as host. Yeah, definitely.
Yep, and shout out to Jade, who I think would just sit there and answer questions all day and have
Oh,
just
my
a bunch of
goodness.
sage
Yes.
wisdom. We felt bad like having to like, no, dude, we got like this is great, but we gotta do stuff like we'll open up a room later for him. But one of the things that I always derive from Jade is there's a calmness through many years of ministry that I think a lot of us can learn from. You know, there's a real, it's not nonchalance, but there's almost like a mellowness to the fact that God is doing all sorts of things through him and in his streams and in his communities and in his conversations. And like that is an awareness that I think we miss, right? Like I think you talk about uniforms. That's a uniform that we don't often put on as the self-awareness uniform. And so I'm super thankful for that. And honestly, I bragged on Druzy a whole lot, but like that dude wears the community uniform like nobody's business. And I know he's like, oh, I got to learn it and I got to fight myself, and that's fine. He's doing a great job with it. But like, I don't know, man. It's been an awesome day.
Yeah, I definitely love the questions that everyone brought. I mean, I knew all of this ahead of time, and got to know where they were going and all of that. And I still I'm gonna go back and watch the VODs of all of this, because I'm still wrestling through refining myself and where I am. And then that challenge, I think Jake was really bringing, of where is your context and where are your people, and that refining of, if this is really where my people are, am I really where they are, and how am I reaching them? So
Yep, absolutely. Well, hey, it's been awesome. We have one actually big deal happening right now. I want to invite our good buddy John Crawford up here. John just got the invite to speak. There he is, right there. The one and the only, the NFT John Crawford himself. Hello, Mr. John Crawford. We are big fans of John. That was a nice little camera switch there. Did you just move them, or did you have to turn? Like, what happened there?
I switched cameras to the nicer one.
This guy.
Discord can handle it, so it's nice to have the nicer one going.
Look at this guy. He's one of us, by the way. He's a nerd like us, so don't let him fool you. I'm going to slink back. Leighton, do you want to introduce John and who this striking young man is?
yeah, absolutely. It is a privilege to have you come on. And John and I have had lots and lots of conversations. So I'm just going to start with, I went to Exponential, and I'm the weird guy that goes and talks to all of the people that are there in the booths, and I get to know them and talk about them. And one of the things that I noticed really early on with streamers that I was getting to know, whether they were a pastor or not a pastor, was, hey, if I go do this, how would I raise funds to be able to be a missionary? Because I feel God's calling us to do that, or me to do that, and I want to step in and be able to do that well. And I kept saying, I don't know. And then I met John, and we just kept having conversations. And when the Church Digital made the shift last year to be a digital missionary sending agency, it was just a no-brainer that we said, hey, we need to bring John along, and we need Reliant in, because they're going to help us equip people to do something we can't do on our own. So, John, there you go. Take it away.
Yeah, thanks, y'all. It's good to see you all. It feels nice to get to hang out in Discord for work. It's not normally in my life, so it's fun to be here with you all and hanging out. Yeah, we work at Reliant Mission, and we love to do the things that, Leighton just said. When folks come and say, hey, here's this thing that God is doing. God's doing this incredible thing in my life and doing this ministry, and I want to have a way to be more financially sustainable in that. How do I invite people to give towards that? What does that look like? Because that feels kind of icky, and can I do that? Can I not? What does that look like? And so we love to come alongside and serve ministries and partners and folks like yourself that are saying, hey, we are in it. We are doing the thing. God is at work in these spaces, in the lobbies. God's at work in the Discord channels. God's at work in these spaces, and we want to go there and be a part of it. And a part of that calling, a part of that work may look like and need some support to be raised. Inviting a team of people, we call it ministry team development. You're inviting a team of people, just as he does in 3 John, to say it's good that we give to the work God is doing, to be a part of that. And if you want to invite others to be a part of the work that God is doing, the work that you are doing, we'd love to be able to come and serve you in that. So we do the training and the coaching on how to do that, how to build that team. You don't have to make it up. You can have a coach along with you every step of the way, encouraging you, helping you in those ways. As well as then for some of the nerdy financial things, we help in the back end where designated giving pages, we help make payroll happen, health insurance, all those sorts of things, retirement accounts, and so that you and your ministry and your team can focus on doing the ministry that you're wanting to do while we take care of some of that operational drag. So we do all of those things, and we serve folks who go internationally, and then we serve lots of folks that are working in contexts and nonprofits locally and all those sorts of things. And then increasingly within this space of people that are saying, hey, there's really things happening in the digital world. People are living their lives out here. How do we come alongside them? How do we meet them? How do we come and be the presence of Christ there? And if there's work that you'd like to do and be able to raise support to do that, we would love to help. So I'll be around for the next little bit, hanging out in the after party. We'd love to chat with folks and answer any questions, but love getting to serve here. And if there's a way to serve y'all, I'd love to be a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can totally vouch. I am in the process right now of partnering with Reliant, and I have a coach, and I meet every couple of weeks. And at times I'm like, I don't want to meet with you because I haven't done anything, or I've been busy and I've got no results. And it's still great to have someone who's walking alongside of you, encouraging you and being a part of that. And so if you've got questions, yeah, John, it'd be great to go and chat with. And I also just have to plug, I've got a couple of dice here that John has had. So if you ever get a chance to go to a con and you see him, you might ask him about some dice. And
I'm fresh out of dice, but
you're fresh out of dice.
Think,
okay.
I think my next is I might be working on some desktop mats. This might be my next thing that I work on. It'd be fun.
Okay. Anyway, I really appreciate you and what Reliant does and provides. And so if that's something you're thinking about, and I also wanted to say, because we do have internationals, if you are international and you can still work with Reliant to be able to do this, you would just need to have a ministry organization that could receive the funding to come to you in another country, and that could still be a part of what we can help you do and Reliant can help you. So the whole after party is sponsored by Reliant. We're going to break up here in a minute, and you can go hang out and chat with any of the sponsors who are still here, any of the speakers that are here, or just hang out and play games, just hang out in the hangout room. It's all up to you for the next hour, but we will kick you out in an hour and a half. Right, Andy? We're going to kick them out.
Yeah, you don't got to go home, but you can't stay here. I got to get ready for Lux Digital Church in a couple of hours, so you got to get out.
Thanks, John. Let's give John fives, everybody.
I just stage threw him off the stage.
Yep.
Hey, fives. Just like Leighton said, too, the rooms are all open. Feel free to go hang out with anybody that you want. I'm sure a number of you have questions for Jay Fox. I'm sure a number of you have questions for all of our sponsors. Leighton, this has been a lot of fun. Total experiment. So thanks everybody for like actually making this work and actually keeping up and actually staying here with us the whole time. Big fives in chat also for everything that TCD is doing. If you have any questions about any of that, we're going to be in the room. Anything else before I close the stage down? We're good, Leighton.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody that's been hanging out in Twitch, because I have been live streaming this on Twitch as well, unmanned. Who do I want to raid? That's the question. Well, let's do a double raid. I have not raided Miss Positivity in a while, and she's doing Assassin's Creed, so let's go over there.
Yes, oh, okay. I see. I'm going for a different layout. Oh, what? What? Church Digital? Thank you for the raid. What have I done to deserve such raids by awesome Christians? How are we doing? Special events, what was going on today? Thank you. I'm watching you people.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean by that? This is just a very violent version of Infinity Nikki. Exactly. Just here for the outfits. Thank you, watching. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. Hope the stream was awesome. Welcome, welcome. What was going on in the stream? That was just too good of an opportunity with that name. If I'm watching stream, I'm watching you. Okay. Yep. It was just too perfect of a setup for my sound alert, but I appreciate that. And that's true. You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I don't know why more people don't base their names off of that. A mysterious shard. Sounds fun. What? Oh, man. The fact that I'm not actually just dead and broke my legs after that fall is... It's ruining my immersion. It's ruining it.
That person looks suspicious.
That person looks
I should
suspicious.
investigate.
I don't see the suspicious person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse me. All right, I got this. Watch this. I think I got it. I can't even think. I'm gonna put him to sleep. That's the person, right? What if I miss? We're good. Well, I have to watch the people. Yeah. Sometimes it gets a little crazy, doesn't it? You know?
Another shard.
A little crazy. That's actually way easier. Can I just do that and to pickpocket people? Is that, you know? Is that a thing? Ugh. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How are you doing? Do people not find it sus that a guy fainted in... No, not at all. Not at all. What, you don't love the video game logic? I love it. It's so silly. It's so silly. It's just great. You're like, oh, silly goose. Okay, gotta go to headquarters over here. Gonna fast travel. You watched my Instagram baby reveal ice cream video. That was awesome. Why, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, but the baby. Nope. I am still with child. Although the bump is okay, it's still a bump. A little smaller today. I am still with the baby. Still with the baby. We won't be meeting him till close to Christmas. But very excited, very excited. Yeah, it was recent. It was recent. It was like 2.5 months ago-ish. But we're super excited. If I stretch, the belly's just out. I gotta be careful the camera's not low. Thank you so much for the prayers. I appreciate that. Yeah, we didn't want to do... Okay, hold on. I totally see the baby. He needs to move more. I might do like a move check. I might do my freak out where he's not moving and I just sit here just holding the belly for a while until he kicks me. But yeah, we didn't want to do like a whole gender reveal thing just because before then I kind of had like a I'm pregnant birthday party reveal where we invited a bunch of people. And so I was like, I don't really want to do another party. So we did the video and it worked out. We are all of the community. Wait, what? No, I'm not taking the tummy out. And your husband looks so incredibly happy. I love that. Yes, he was so excited. It was funny. I was at my grandparents' house and my brother was there too. And he was talking to me. He's like, yeah, for your gender reveal video, did you just like hand your like piece of paper that says the gender, like the document to a teenager at the ice cream place? And I'm like, yes, we did. He's like, how did you know if it was actually the gender? Because we got the paper back, obviously. We had them look at it. It took a really long time to explain to them what we were looking for. But they were so sweet, and they were sitting and they were watching and waiting. You see that in the video. I actually did not notice that they were watching and waiting. It totally makes sense. I would have been doing the same thing. I would have been like, the line can wait. I need to see this happen. It was cute. It was so cute. It was such a blessing. Like, it was funny because I was talking to one teenager, right? And then they sent over their manager, and their manager was just another teenager, super sweet girl. But I was thinking, I'm like, oh no. I thought they were gonna say no. They just didn't understand. I was waiting for them to be like, yeah, we can't do that. They didn't understand what we were asking. Yeah, it was super sweet. No, it's great to meet you, Mind Repair. That's crazy. You saw the video came in the stream. It's awesome. Yes, we also instructed them to destroy the paper and completely trust they did it direct. Could you imagine correctly? Oh my gosh. Hey, can you burn this afterwards? We just trust you. The high trust society. No, we weren't that delusional. Could you imagine they burn it? Or they just wanted to mess with us? That'd be so cruel if they messed with us and they gave us the wrong flavor and we got the paper back and we were just like, you know, lost. Aw, thanks, lady. Appreciate it. Did you just watch it? I came in my digital church and then looked at your Instagram. Oh, let's go. Yeah, I have not updated my Instagram since then. I'm such a great influencer. Probably because I didn't really want to be an influencer. Oops. Oopsie poopsie. There he is. He's a problem.
Vigilant. Let's not go now, Enkidu.
Yeah. I was team girl. Ryan was team boy.
Fact. Nearly half of Americans don't get the recommended daily intake of magnesium. But this essential mineral is great for your heart, bones, nerves, and muscles. Life Extension's magnesium glycinate delivers this popular form equal to 105 milligrams of elemental magnesium. And because it's a well-absorbed form, different parts of your body can make the best use of it. So get the magnesium your body needs with magnesium glycinate, and you'll say, OMG.
I'll give you 1/5 of my cookies for 1/3 of your pizza.
Don't lowball me, Harold. 2/10.
3/10.
Deal.
Willingly doing fractions. That's the Lunchables effect.
Domino's Best Deal Ever is back. Get any hand-tossed pan, thin crust, or New York-style pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Your favorite pizza at our best price. It's Domino's Best Deal Ever, but it's not forever, so get it before it's gone. Only at Domino's.
I know way too much. And it, you know, I just know way too much. I'll put this guy to sleep. Go sleep. Even thanks for the follow.
I know you'll say.
Oh, hi, Sunshine. How are you doing? All right, I think we're good because they won't wake up now that they're asleep. trying not to kill people, but I have to. Just like, shh. 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 It's okay. You're okay. You're okay. Oh no. I haven't had to actually fight somebody in a while. I was gonna try to dodge, it did not work. Not looking. You actively seek out people who can debate and have well thought out ideas. They're different than mine. If they get upset, it's because they don't know what they are talking about or convictions are weak. I would like to say that sometimes it can be because people don't know what they're talking about and they get upset. But I've seen people match other people's energies in debates. They'll get upset or they'll mock you if you mock them. And then that's when Christians go, that's not very Christ-like of you. And then they try to shut down the person that's debating the other person. Yeah, I mean, they don't know what they're talking about or convictions are weak. Sometimes that happens. Daddy killed a guy that's trying to kill my bird. My bird. Don't kill my bird, man. Bird. Be free.
What see you, my friend?
Okay. What are we looking for? Well, just on there. Did I miss anything? I did not do the main quest yet. There's that there. Mark that. If you can't justify your idea, it follows under you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I can. I mean, I definitely encourage people, and myself included. I mean, if you have your beliefs on this and you say, well, that's not biblical, somebody will often ask you, well, where in the Bible does it say that that's not biblical? And that's when you have to know the scripture. Because it's tricky because some people don't, including myself. Like, you'll know that obviously, like, you shouldn't kill babies in any stage of their life, right? That should be an obvious thing for most moral people. But they'll be like, well, where in scripture does it say that? And then it's like, talks about, you know, how he knit us together in the womb, talks about just like the value of human life to an extent, but it's like you want to be able to have the proper like verses cited for it. And if you don't, it's not that that's not true. It's not that, you know, that it's obvious, you know, abortion would not be okay religiously if you're a Christian. You might get upset, but it doesn't mean that just because they aren't able to cite that Bible verse that makes them wrong. So I would say in those situations, that's not, you know, just because you can't justify it right away does not always mean that you don't know what you're talking about. It just means you might not be as prepared for the debate as you probably should have been if you're having a debate with somebody. But as Christians, we should know these things. We should. Is I'm on fire? Oh my gosh, you can. What? And thou shalt not kill, or it says thou shalt not murder if you're talking about the 10 Commandments. Yes, thou shalt not murder. But usually that's not enough. And they'll say thou shalt not kill as a justification for actually not wanting the death penalty, or not thinking that that's biblical. That's a big one going around right now. Thou shalt not kill, it's thou shalt not murder. Makes that a big difference. Should just shut someone's viewpoint down just because they can't justify their point criteria. Exactly, because that's often what it is too. That's a good way to put it. Most people who are having these conversations are looking for a very specific gotcha moment, and so it doesn't necessarily mean that they're right. Ow, I didn't get a chance to defend myself. The combat in here is definitely lacking. Lacking! Now you can instigate. I'm ready. Oh my gosh. How was your day, Van Mouse? Right, where's the chest that I saw down there? Thanks for allowing me to be overwhelmed with negativity today. I'm so sorry. Am I being positive right now? I don't know if I'm directly being positive, but just because I'm being positive does not mean that I'm being negative. It just means we're having a conversation. Right? Very quality. I started the new role of having to work with West Coast folks now. Oh gosh. How's that going? Very positive. Good job. I guess it's very positive if you're a conservative constitutional Christian. That is great. That's awesome. I was talking to my brother, so I muted for a second. As soon as you say, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not murder, you say that as you kill people in the game. Yeah. I like to think it's different. Or just the gateway drug of murder. A lot of parents would say that. Yes, it is. I don't think I want to phrase it that way again. It's. Just kidding. I'm gonna start. That's how I'm gonna parent my son. Son, you can't play that game. It's the gateway drug to being a serial killer. I think it'll work. Come on. Guys, this is like free parenting advice from somebody who doesn't even have their baby outside of the womb yet. Okay, I'm not. Oh, hold on. Is this locked? I don't think it's locked. It's a shoe. Go away. I have an idea. She said somewhere. Just kidding. So I know. Yeah, some of the interpretations. I thought it was pretty clear. That was that like interpretation though should have been like thou shalt not murder. Just need to delete them anymore. I don't even record them. You guys can't even see them. My VODs aren't even published. I I just go by the new law, which is we only have one commandment to live by now. All the OT commandments fall under that one law. Yeah, but you also have to think about, you know, you can't completely just eliminate the Old Testament. There's that line you walk with New Testament to Old Testament. We're not bound by it. It's not a salvation factor, but it is something that you should adhere to. So murder a week ago. It's been 7 years. Oh gosh, you're talking about crows. You're talking about crows. A murdered crows. You're snoring. Maybe the crows up top a little bit. Alright, there's a person there. How do I get upstairs? I can get upstairs through here, right? Parkour. We are under the new covenant. Doesn't mean the Old Testament is entirely irrelevant. Certain things like animal sacrifice are, but there's still plenty of Old Testament to be applied. Absolutely. Totes, brave. Totes. 613 commands, I realize. Are you sure? Are you sure, Zach? Oh no. Oh, there it is. That was not worth it, friends. Are you serious? There's another one? I just completely missed these chests. Oh wow, there's a lot of prisoners here. Should I release them now? Are we messing up a previous quest? I think I have the keys. Oh. Okay. You got loot chests before I get you guys out. Oh, good luck with the homeschool, Artemis. Thank you for the lurk. Yeah, who needs to be stealthy when you can just get these guys to fight your battles for you? Anything else in here? There's a window here. That's fun. I don't think I was supposed to do this. I definitely was not supposed to do this yet. Like, this had to have been endgame level stuff. And I just skipped it all. Guys, they're going to be making waffles tonight, breakfast for dinner. I accidentally bought a whole new carton of eggs that I didn't need. So now, and then we already had a full dozen, and we had 2 after that full dozen, so we already had 14. And then, yeah, so now I have a lot. So we're going to do some waffles. Do this. This will be fun. Yeah. Gotcha. I did delete a paragraph. I'm fanning to debate theology right now, so please don't get me started. What did I do? Oh, that's brutal. This game is weird. Yeah, it's like, it feels like almost like an unfinished game, doesn't it? Ooh, that was a lot of people. That was a lot of people, friends. Wait a second. Do you have a Bible study prayer group tonight? You know what we should have? Not tonight. Although Wayward is setting that up. I guess it's not tonight. I didn't hear anything from him. I'll reach out to him. We would do it on Wednesday nights. It's Wednesday night. But I don't know if our leader is ready for it. But, oh, IRL? Oh, yeah, IRL I do. On Mondays. I have a Bible study group I go to with a bunch of, like, married folks from my church. So, that's what I do. We Bible study on Wednesday nights. Yeah, I mean, it's getting trickier now that we're moving and stuff, but yeah, we Bible study Monday nights. My work now is Bible study. They got it under the DI program. That's surprising that they're able to do that. Usually Christianity is the one that started in the workforce. I'm trying to figure out who sent me snacks. Send me snack. Mouse sent me a snack. No way. Thank you so much. You got me my hot chocolate and lunch. Eat Betty. That's insane. That's insane. The fat shaming here. Wow, you just look like the absolute biggest jerk because nobody really knows. Most people here don't know at all. He says it because I say it as a joke, so he says it because he's making fun of me. That's why he says it. I do blame my husband. I look at him every day and I said, you did this to me as I stare at my fat round stomach. I can't even see my toes. But then I'm like, I have a beautiful baby boy life in the belly, and so it's whatever. But I love to give him a hard time. I do. I can't see my toes anymore. Like I can if I like go. If I stick them out. But if I'm just standing there, I look down. Got nothing. Oh, that's like I'm gonna have to figure out how to break into the city. We are keeping the name a surprise. I mean, I'll tell, like, you know, like, no problem, like, DMing you and stuff later on, after the baby's born, because so far nobody knows Ryan and I. And we aren't settled yet. We're still not settled. I completely understand. I definitely make the same jokes, but the nerve to do so in public. Holy moly. Are you trying to shame Mouse? What if your toes are fleeing? Because I can see them right now. I'm talking about a standing mouse. Of course I would notice. Oh, asking, yeah, we have a couple pick out, and we're kind of trying to decide which one we're gonna land on. And watch us not even choose the name that we already have. I know, right? That would just be Dan, eat up fatty. You know what? That would be crazy. That'd be crazy. A random person got me treat stream and said. I just spoil. It's not Zach. I'm trying to find a way into it. I don't think I'm allowed to go in maybe until the final countdown. Really? Alright guys, we'll do an actual quest. I haven't done any story today, so that probably would be... Actually, not true. I did do one of the side contracts. That was something.
At Apartments.com, we go above and beyond to make renting easier on every single level, on a neighborhood level, unit level, down to the cellular level. Hey, little guy, Apartments.com, the place, to find a place.
At Long John Silver's, our $6 baskets are the catch you've been craving. Choose grilled shrimp, panda shrimp, golden delicious fish, or crisp and tender chicken. Or select basket, $6 each. Skip the wait when you make our app your first rate. Long John Silver's, fish yeah.
Oh, you don't know? It's Fire. That movie you feed and taste can't compete with that late night treat. Fire. That straight tongue and that feeling right to get every bite. Greek yogurt. Fire. Nothing plain about it.
What if I told you the medicine you need is already in your home? What if I told you that hiding in your kitchen, your backyard, or even growing wild somewhere nearby? The Forgotten Home Apothecary is the only book that can help you discover this kind of knowledge. These thick pages are packed with detailed pictures, step-by-step recipes, clear dosages, and powerful remedies you won't find at the pharmacy. Here you'll discover how to make your own brain-boosting tinctures, pain-relieving salves, detoxifying teas, herbal mouthwashes, sleep elixirs, and immune-strengthening syrups, all from simple ingredients nature already provides you with. If you want to take control of your health naturally, this is the book you've been looking for. Don't wait until it's too late. Click the link and grab your own copy of the Forgotten Home Apothecary.
My order was stolen. My food order was stolen. Remember, Garb? The Garb might not be here anymore. But the food, I think we got Garb's money back because I reported it immediately. But it was devastating. I never got my delicious cherry. Like a cherry mocha. It would have been amazing. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Now it's like a short-term memory. He does. Like most people nowadays because we're just scrolling. I'm gonna watch him. Got a camera. I'm gonna watch. I do get kind of freaked out. Yeah, it is Mouse. It was a kind gesture, you know. You're kind of like, hey, I'm gonna have all this stuff for dinner. And you're like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to ruin your dinner. You didn't even like an unintentional troll, unless it was intentional. That's kind of genius. You know, we're all playing checkers. You're playing chess. Was it really? That's Ryan's not gonna. Well, I can cook for Ryan. I can put all my energy into cooking for Ryan. I'll be fed. Make him a delicious breakfast for dinner. I was actually gonna make steak, but then I remembered Ryan said he wanted breakfast for dinner, so I needed the protein. I was like, watch it. That's crazy. That's crazy logic. I'm gonna pickpocket this guy. There we go. Little fun mini game. Who else can I pickpocket? Oh, you guys are so poor. What's glowing? Oh, what is that? Oh, my ammo's full? That's one of my favorite skills in this kind of game. Thinking about it is. It's fun. Hold on, I did not read message. You said, my daughter's Japanese, I'm Canadian. Japanese, unfortunately, because I used to be alcoholic, separated, moved to Japan. But over 10 years now, gotten some good news in my life. Oh my goodness, what a story though. Have you been able to, like, see your wife and kids? Ever since that moment? It's been a while. Am I all excited, Miss B? Yeah, so here's the situation. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be delivered after 5 too. Guys, I get worried. You think they're poison it? Sometimes I get worried. So then you have like just like people that might not like people delivering your things that you're eating, and it scares me sometimes. You know, like what if they like spit on it or something, or tried it, you know, or drink out of it. You don't know. It's a hot chocolate and a sandwich from Starbucks. What if entry in 6 minutes? I think it should be sealed. It should. It's just the grilled cheese one. It sounds like a protein in it. It does have protein in it. Did I just sleep? You okay? Did I get it? Okay, got it. Another shot. I had to end stream in a minute. 4:43. I wasn't prepared. I had to end stream at 4:44. You're telling me to leave? It's hard. They don't have to recommend how much shit. I don't need to pay them. They're gifts. Every 3 months, I'm like, hi, Dad. I'm doing good for you. No. You can raise this on your stuff. What I'm doing. Probably difficult for her just because like all that she's known is Japan. I mean, Japan seems to be getting a lot of stuff together when it comes to like protecting their borders and, you know, keeping a culture, right? Like keeping their culture alive. That's kind of cool. Joey, thanks for the sub. Those poor people. I put them to sleep. It's better than killing them, right? I mean, I could have, could have, but I didn't. So they should say thank you. Die. Zach, where would that make sense logically for me to end stream and then start stream again? That's like how to kill your stream 101. Just wait. What? That was way closer. What am I doing? Oh, I'm just marking the same stuff. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's so hot. She's a cool teenager. She plays in a band and has been doing a lot with music. Brought her guitar and guitar drops. She loves it. Oh, that's awesome. So she's Christian too, hopefully. Me and Zach was so weird. One more. I can't say that, you know, I can't agree with you because it's basically saying like, yeah, I don't care about anybody else in the stream, and that's just not true. I can't interfere with the Wickman's budget. No, it's fine. I mean, I'm here to talk to people about their lives. Oftentimes it does devolve around things that are going on in my life if people don't offer up any free information or they don't answer questions, so it's nice for people to talk about themselves. To an extent, my keep showing up. Only from them is okay, but it turns into just, you know, wallowing misery and alternatives for the conversation away from that. Just a little bit. Can I try earlier? No, I can't. Not Christian Yellow is interfaith from time to time. Hopefully somebody's working in their life. Somebody's working in their life to introduce Christ. Wegmans is great. Wegmans is amazing. Relationship difficult mind repair, you know? People know my story here mostly. Not really story. My parents unfortunately, he's my dad for a couple years, but he's been around and more in my life, and he likes things too, and he'll, you know, he's here, he'll take me out to lunch or dinner, and me and my husband out, and it's nice, but it's not ever the same when you go through, you know, like what we go through with him. So I'm actually hoping he knows Christ and finds Christ. That's what I'm hoping. And I talk to him about God a lot. Unfortunately, it comes across as, you know, he'll say like, oh, you're just being judgmental, or you're just, you know, I just want to be happy. We're by the way, but it's the conversations I'll have definitely makes things difficult. When I'm like, no, but biblically, you're not even supposed to be married again, right? It would make that person older, you know. She already was. It's just, you know, I like Donkey Kong that, or Mario and Puppetry. It's all complicated. Yeah, of course, mine. You know, there's a lot going on. But I did eventually, you know, it's been 8 or 9 years since that happened. Oh my gosh. It's been 9 years, guys. So it takes some time, but it's able to. It's never the same, but it gets better. So how do pastors justify marrying? old, you're not old, you're not old, you're not old. Sometimes I just feel like I'm 18, I'm not 18 anymore, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm 27. Like, okay, I'm not even have multiple kids right now. I don't have 2 kids. Like, already born, 2 kids, be married, and I am having my first child. I wasn't going to waste it. Justified marrying. Are you talking about pastors justify marrying, like, pastors is going to marry somebody else? Or are you saying, how do they say that it's okay for somebody who's been divorced to remarry?